Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you love sports, you know that feeling. That moment when everything seems lost, when defeat is all but certain. But then, something incredible happens. The impossible becomes possible. It's the magic of the comeback, the single greatest narrative in all of sports. Today, we're diving deep into some of the most shocking, heart-stopping, and legendary comebacks in sports history. These are the moments that remind us why we watch, why we believe, and why you never, ever give up until the final whistle blows. So grab your popcorn, because this is going to be an epic ride. First up, let's travel back to Super Bowl 51 in 2017. The Atlanta Falcons versus the New England Patriots. For 3 quarters, this game was a masterclass by the Falcons. They were flying high, leading by a staggering 28-3 score midway through the third quarter. Commentators were already writing the Patriots' obituary. Fans were leaving the stadium. But on the other sideline was Tom Brady. What followed was nothing short of miraculous. The Patriots' defense tightened up, and the offense, led by a possessed Brady, began to chip away at the lead. A touchdown here, a field goal there. Suddenly, the impossible felt possible. The Falcons' offense, which had been so dominant, completely stalled. They couldn't run out the clock. Every play seemed to go wrong for them and right for the Patriots. Then came the incredible Julian Edelman catch, a ball pinned against a defender's leg, defying physics. With less than a minute left, the Patriots tied the game, forcing the first overtime in Super Bowl history. In overtime, the Patriots got the ball first, marched down the field, and James White ran it in for the game-winning touchdown. Final score 30-28. It was the largest comeback in Super Bowl history, cementing Tom Brady's legacy as the greatest of all time and leaving the sports world in utter disbelief. Now, let's switch gears to the beautiful game soccer, and a night in Istanbul that will never be forgotten. The 2005 UEFA Champions League final. AC Milan, a team of legends like Maldini, Haka, and Shevchenko, faced off against Liverpool. The first half was a complete demolition. Milan scored in the first minute and went into halftime with a commanding 3-0 lead. Liverpool looked defeated, outclassed, and heartbroken. Their fans, who had traveled all the way to Turkey, were stunned into silence. But then came the second half. Liverpool manager Rafa Benitez made some key tactical changes, but what really changed was the spirit of the team. In an unbelievable 6-minute span, Liverpool roared back to life. Steven Gerrard scored a header, Vladimir Zmicer fired in a long-range shot, and then Xabi Alonso scored on a rebound from his own saved penalty. The score was 3-3. The stadium erupted. The match went to extra time, where Liverpool's goalkeeper, Jerzy Dudek, made an astonishing double save to deny Andriy Shevchenko from point-blank range. The game went to a penalty shootout. Dudek, with his now famous spaghetti legs dance on the goal line, became the hero, saving to penalties. Liverpool won. The miracle of Istanbul remains one of soccer's most cherished fairy tales, a testament to the power of belief and the roar of the crowd. From the pitch to the diamond, let's talk about one of baseball's most epic turnarounds. The 2004 American League Championship Series. The Boston Red Sox versus their arch-rivals, the New York Yankees. The Yankees were a dynasty, and the Red Sox were haunted by the curse of the Bambino, an 86-year championship drought. The series started as expected. The Yankees stormed to a 3-0 series lead. No team in MLB history had ever come back from a 3-0 deficit to win a 7-game series. It was over. In Game 4, the Red Sox were trailing in the bottom of the 9th inning, just 3 outs away from being swept. But then, a walk, followed by a stolen base from Dave Roberts, a moment now immortalized in Boston sports lore, set up the game-tying hit. The Red Sox won in extra innings. Then they won Game 5 in extra innings. Then they won Game 6, thanks to Curt Schilling's legendary bloody sock performance, pitching through a severe ankle injury. By Game 7, the momentum had completely shifted. The Red Sox dominated, winning the game and the series. They went on to sweep the World Series, breaking the 86-year curse. It wasn't just a comeback, it was an exorcism. It changed the entire dynamic of baseball's greatest rivalry forever. Let's head to the hardwood for our next story, a tale of individual brilliance against impossible odds. It was a regular season NBA game in 2004, the Houston Rockets versus the San Antonio Spurs. With less than a minute to play, the Rockets were down by 10 points. The game was effectively over. Fans were heading for the exits. But one player, Tracy McGrady, decided he wasn't done. What happened next is one of the most incredible solo performances ever seen. McGrady went into a zone that few athletes ever find. He hit a three-pointer. Then another. Then he stole the ball and hit another three-pointer while being fouled, converting the four-point play. In the final seconds, with his team still down, he launched one more three-pointer over the outstretched arms of a defender. Swish. In the span of just 33 seconds, Tracy McGrady scored 13 points, single-handedly erasing the deficit and winning the game for the Rockets by 1 point. It wasn't a playoff game or a final, but Team X's 13 points in 33 seconds has become a legendary piece of basketball folklore. A perfect example of how one superstar can completely take over a game and defy the odds. Finally, we go to the world of golf, a sport where mental fortitude is everything. The 1996 Masters. Greg Norman, the Great White Shark, was one of the best golfers in the world, but he had a history of heartbreaking losses in major championships. This time, it seemed different. He entered the final round with a massive 6-stroke lead over his rival, Nick Faldo. A green jacket seemed all but guaranteed. But under the immense pressure of Augusta National on a Sunday, Norman's game completely unraveled. A bogey here, a ball in the water there. His commanding lead began to evaporate, hole by agonizing hole. Faldo, meanwhile, played with cold, calculated precision, applying relentless pressure. The 6-shot lead disappeared, and then Faldo took the lead. By the time they reached the 18th hole, Norman's collapse was complete. He ended up losing by 5 strokes. A shocking 11-shot swing in a single round, it was one of the most painful and dramatic collapses in sports history. A brutal reminder of how quickly things can change and the immense psychological pressure at the highest level of competition. And there you have it, 5 stories of despair turned to elation, and certainty turned to shock. From the gridiron to the golf course, these moments are what make sports so captivating. They show us that no matter how dire the situation looks, there is always a chance. They teach us about resilience, belief, and the unbreakable human spirit. What's your favorite sports comeback of all time? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to read your stories. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. We'll see you in the next one.